I love the rain, especially because it not only nourishes creation, nourishes our earth, but it brings more life to life, more color to life, vibrancy. It's amazing. I love it when it rains because then I get to look for the rainbow afterward. And if you know me, you know I love rainbows. I'm all about the rainbows. So I'm doing this video because I want to share my personal experience. It's testimonial time. I just did something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Many of you know I've dealt with chronic pain for a good majority of my life. And I had been called to do what is called Kambo ceremony. Now, Kambo comes from this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful frog. It's this vibrant green from South America. It's called Philomedusa bicolor. You hear the name Medusa in there. Medusa is also the name Latin for the man of war or jellyfish. So this particular frog has it's poisonous to its predators, but it comes off of the body of the frog. So no frogs are harmed in the process. You don't have to kill a frog to get this particular secretion that it has. And it just comes off of it naturally. And it's used for healing. It's used for diabetes, herpes, chronic pains and illnesses, Alzheimer's, what else we got? Cancers, hepatitis, infertility, infections, rheumatoid diseases, vascular conditions. Let me tell you, I was really excited to try this, but also a little nervous because I watched a lot of videos and people's faces would swell up like big lips and everything. I laughed because I witnessed somebody the other day, and a joke is that you don't need lip injections, you just do a Kambo ceremony and you get an instant plumping of the lips. I didn't put any makeup on because I'm still kind of feeling the effects. I did this earlier today. Kambo. All right, so you need to prepare before you do it. So I haven't eaten anything since last night at dinner time. I had just a simple salad. And then this morning, I tend to intermittent fast. So I was already drinking lots of water because it's really important that you hydrate. So I had at least 3 of these before I even had the ceremony. And so I was ready. And I didn't do it till this afternoon around, let's say 1:15, 1:30. I'll show you the scar too. It's not a scar. It's just the medicine introduction where it is. It's super interesting to witness the body and what it goes through. If you're already a meditator, you're already somebody who's hypersensitive, hyper aware of yourself, then you can witness where your mind goes. You can see how it can go into thought patterns and behaviors. And I, like I said, watched many a video before I did this. So I heard everything from, your heart jumping out of your body, the heart palpitations being really strange, very powerful, feeling like it's going to jump out. This feeling of asphyxiation or anaphylactic type of like clamping down of the throat. I'm just giving you what I read about. The sweating, the vomiting, the going to the bathroom. And I mean, you need to be near a bathroom when you do this. So I wasn't sure what to expect. But I'm the type of person not to take all of that in and expect that's what's going to happen to me. Because I know my body, I know myself. I know how to work with my own mind and not to get attached to ideas or beliefs. I went into this saying, okay, I am ready now. I had my intention. My intentions, it's time to release old stuff that's no longer serving me, old, what I like to call stagnant energy that's stuck. Places in my hips, my knees, my back, my neck, my jaw. And especially because I've had stomach problems all of my life, predominantly. And most of you know that I had my appendix removed in September. So I wanted to do this to try to see if I can help that as well and remove any excess lingering toxins and pharmaceuticals that may be in my physical body. And so I decided where I wanted to have the medicine placed on my body, because a lot of people will put them on their shoulders, their chest, their back, in places that you can see them. I wanted mine down on my hip because I wanted to be close to where my appendicitis, where the appendix used to be. And because I also felt like, well, because this is for also the healing of my gut, because I deal with IBS and allergies, food allergies, I thought, this is all encompassing. I want to go straight to the heart of the matter, the other brain, the gut. Most important place that you have to take care of is the gut biome. So here's where I had the Kambo introduced to my body. You see these three, let's see if I can, I have to turn my hip a little bit more. So these 3 dots, right now that's dragon's blood to help the healing process. But essentially, it's burned first with a little stick, the tip of a stick, and then on top of that area, because what it does is burns away the first layer of your epidermis so that you can introduce the Kambo medicine itself into the site. So then the Kambo is put on top of each of those spots, and then it just absorbs into your body, into the bloodstream, and it starts moving through the body. And this was the cool thing, because I got to really sit with this and be present and witness all of the sensations that were arising in my body. And I already know when something's happening because I start feeling effects beforehand. I woke up this morning knowing this was going to happen. I also was feeling shifts in my body even before the ceremony. So, yeah, the first sensations that I got when I was doing this were, I started to feel it moving in my blood. It's very, very subtle at first. I could feel it kind of like spider webbing out into my nerves, into my system. It was the coolest sensation, because I think it's great to feel your body. I'm just amazed at the network, the webbing, the weaving that we have within us. And so I felt that, and then I started to feel warmth. A little part of my mind was a little bit like, come on, how long does this take? Let's get on with this. And then I started to feel my heart, and my stomach was doing a little gurgling, whoa, we're going to have to go to the toilet here shortly. And my heart pounding. Now, I will tell you, it was very strong. It was very pronounced and very distinct. But it didn't feel like it was coming out of my chest. It was just, heart is here, bum, 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 right? And then I felt my face got flush. I felt the lump in my throat. I was like, ooh, okay. And I felt a little sweating, a little perspiration on the brows, like, oh, oof, okay, I feel this. I didn't feel like I was going to vomit right away. And that might have to do with the injection site, where it's introduced to you. I wanted to be lower because I wanted to focus more on my gut area. But it was really cool, because then I was, whoa, okay, I'm going into the bathroom. So I went into the bathroom. And I'll tell you right now, if you ever do this, make sure you're near a toilet soon and close to you. That was the first thing that I eliminated. That was like, getting rid of shit, no kidding. So the poop, it was a lot, and it all came out, and I still felt like I had a little left over even still. I'm just telling you like it is. This is a real experience. This was what I just went through. And while I was sitting on the toilet, I was like, oh. Then I felt the initial, I vomited the water, because when you only have water in your system, you're only going to bring up just the water. So the first time it came up, I couldn't even move my arm, because I was just relaxing on my knees with my arms and trying to breathe. That's the other thing that's really important. When you have a strong yogic practice, you know how to work with your breath. I was using Sitali Pranayam from the start. Long, slow, deep breathing through the curled taco tongue. And then exhaling out the nose. That was able to steady and keep me calm. And I didn't feel freakish or freaking out, because that's a great healing breath in itself. Taco tongue or Sitali pranayama, whatever you want to call it, is a very deep healing breath that you can do if you have chronic pain. I use it sometimes when I'm just having pain. And I tell you right now, my knees had been bothering me so bad. And I don't know, the weather's been really crazy too with all the rain. But I was feeling this cleansing and reaching out and just moving energy, reintegrating, like reprocessing, renewing, rejuvenating, resynthesizing, bringing myself back into that, what's a good word? Like neutrality. And so I'm extremely grateful for the medicines that are available to us that don't require man-made stuff, because most of this stuff, it's coming from nature, from animals. I mean, we have access to stuff that is way more ancient than we could ever know, and it heals. You don't need science to prove it. Now, there are examples of people who cannot do certain things, and should always know your pre-existing conditions, because some things can cause more problems. This to me was beautiful, and I'm very grateful, because this is the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful green frog. It's a leaf frog in South America. And yeah, it stung initially. Nobody likes to be burned, but I have a high tolerance for pain. So it was like a little clincher, a little like, okay. And then there was a little bit more of the stinging with the medicine on the areas where it had been burned. But the entire process, and even still now, I'm feeling it working on me, because it does continue to work through your system. I'm just amazed, because the very first thing I started to notice was my ears and my hearing, and the sensitivity being reawakened and heightened, and how much more sensitive my senses are. Because the first thing was the hearing. I was hearing even more distinctly, more clearly. I am hearing things more. I'm already like a deep listener and someone who can pick up sounds from other rooms. So this just re-enhanced that. And while I was laying down in between the last little purgings, because this process only takes anywhere from 10 minutes to a half an hour. And I know I didn't even last a half an hour, because I was done within probably about 20 minutes is my guess. But I was laying down on the couch, and while I was closed eyes, I was looking, and I was just seeing what looked like, to me, it was like my pineal gland and my pituitary were being scrubbed and cleared off, and that cells were being rejuvenated and re-enlivened. And from what I just read, there has been some scientifically documented information about it rewiring and creating better synapses in the neural pathways, in the nervous system, in the brain, which makes so much sense, by the way. And it just felt amazing to be in that awareness of what I was feeling before I even read about that, because I read that afterward. It's a beautiful medicine. I highly recommend it if you are open and it's something you need. If you're somebody who struggles with chronic pain or any type of illness, because it's also very, aside from being anti-inflammatory, it's also boosts your immune system, because we could all use, we should be taking care of our immune systems to begin with. Because guess what? This temple, the sacred temple that we have, if you believe in God, if you follow any type of scripture, and you don't even have to be religious, but it was created in the image of God or source to be perfect and supplying everything it needs from the inside out, then why would you worry about other things affecting you unless you are putting things into your sacred temple that don't belong there? You get out what you put in. So what you put into your body is what you're going to get out. And the more you take care of your body, the better you will be. And it is super amazing that we have access to these types of medicines, because you don't need to go repeatedly refilling prescriptions if you're just doing simple maintenance, taking care of you. I got off of the medication train years ago. I swore I would never take drugs if I could help it again, especially because of the time that I spent in the Air Force. They would give us Motrin. Motrin was what we called vitamin M, and they would give it us in the 1,600 doses for anything and everything. And do you know what kind of damage it does to your liver? It is crazy that anybody would just keep putting stuff in that your body is getting toxic from. You know, you read side effects of prescriptions and it's got this huge list of things that could go wrong. Why would you even risk that? There's natural ways. You just have to find your way. You have to do your research and not just be falling prey to, mass media and whatever they say. And the truth is, there's something for everyone. They say that the antidote is always close to the poison in nature, so that if you are poisoned by one plant, let's say, nearby is the antidote. Crazy, right? I just wanted to share that experience, and please reach out, let me know in the comments if you've done Kambo. If you have done Kambo, what was your experience? I mean, I love plant medicine. I've done ayahuasca, hape, sananga, bufo, San Pedro or Wachuma, DMT, MDMA. There's so many amazing modalities. You don't have to believe in them for them to work. And then there's the simple things like ginger and turmeric every day. And I add those in my concoctions every day as well, because you can never get enough. But just know too that we are living in a toxic world and we have to be taking care of our body first. This sacred temple, this sacred vessel that you are housing and hosting your God-like self and soul, unbelievable. It's incredible. We are so blessed. I do have a little tweakiness in my right knee right now, but other than that, I am super, super stoked to just allow and receive this medicine throughout my body, and to feel the continued effects. And this journey, because we don't realize that there are options, people. I'm just saying. And if you're in the Clearwater area, just reach out to me and I will connect you and hook you up. And if this is something that resonates with you, make sure you share this video. Make sure you tag people that you think could benefit from it, because I'm here to serve. Anyone who's ever followed me or known me in person, I have always been somebody who's here to show up and to serve. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. My time is valuable, but I try to show up here when it is possible, when I can. And actually, I'm going to be doing podcasts soon, whether they start out in the video form or not. I have some amazing people I want to share with all of y'all, because the circle of people that I'm attracting into my life and vice versa is just, it's mind-blowing and beautiful. What I have been saying for a long time is it's about putting the unity back in community. And I'm all about bringing people together who know their gifts, who know how they can support, who know that they are here for a reason. They know their role and how they can also contribute. If you're in my area also and you know somebody who can help work around my home, I'm trying to get the Love Shack back up in order so that I can hold ceremonies here and I can hold yoga here and do whatever. And know that Kambo, it is not illegal in the United States, by the way. It's not illegal. But it is important that you know your pre-existing conditions. So much love to all you out there. And I'm slowly but surely working through a lot of new and exciting things to just bring to you, to share. And I want to do a road trip, so I might be on the road. And if you're in the areas I'm visiting, I need to know. So much love, many blessings, and I will see you later.